This is Isatu. Where do I even start with my dude? I mean, I love meeting up and reasoning about any and all things with him. We go from chakra talk to discussing New York versus New Jersey rap to how the universe was formed, all in the same conversation. I needed to meet up with my dude, another black father, to hear another perspective on how he was navigating this time, the pandemic, the protests, what brought him to this city, and the raising of black children here. And for Isatu, besides all of this, his daughter was also undergoing a bone marrow transplant. His perspective is beautiful, to say the least. Check in.
In my particular case, I have 5 children. My wife and I have 5 children. So there's plenty of, and then there's my wife and I factored in the mix as well. There's plenty of people that embody are like little microcosms of some aspect in the world in terms of human relations. Mm-hmm. So if you can master how to function in a house with 6 other personalities, right, you know, and you're sharing an almond milk container, mm-hmm, which is very personal.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you can manage these small aspects of yourself, then when you step out there, then you as an individual can have a level of reference to know how to handle other situations, know how to bring certain situations to you, know how to sense certain situations coming. Right. You know, it's this whole other Jedi training, mm-hmm, you know. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like anything's being missed living in a place where there's not as many folks of the same complexion?
It depends on what you want. You know, I'm not gonna deny that, you know, we go back to New York and it's like, ooh, you know, you just feel like, right, I'm not fond of the traffic and the tolls, mm-hmm, X that out, but just the movement. Yeah. You know, mm-hmm, and there's a movement that melanin has, mm-hmm, you know, that is just what I'm familiar with and what is really fueling every economic system.
Amen.
You know, so the world is feeling it and recognizing that this movement is a necessary component. Mm-hmm. So are they missing it? Yeah, you know. Sure, there's a vibe.
Right.
At the same time, what they gain from that, because yes, it's a vibe, it's an energy, but not all of that energy do you need for that environment. You know, because then it can translate into aspects of that environment that may not benefit you in the long run. You know, but to be able to have that kind of still energy in this kind of environment is like bringing the dualities together. So, yeah, you know, you kind of get a bigger picture, you know. So, you know, musically, really, you know, culture is music, culture is food, culture is language, culture is a consciousness. Right. We give that to them. Mm-hmm. So then when they get in that environment where there is that energy, then they'll be able to pick out the parts that resembles their food, or, you know, something their mother said, or the music they used to listen to, or, you know, so.
Right. One of the things I love about you and Tintawi is like the vibration y'all operate on always seems to be at the highest level. Even when it seems to me and maybe most folks like the world is falling down, you know? I mean, it seems like it's not a challenge, like you've wrapped it to the point where like this is. Let me say this too, is that there was the last, I remember I called you maybe, I don't know, a couple months ago when you was in Colorado.
Right.
And the reason I had called you is because I was having a rough time.
Right.
Right? Like, that's why I picked up the phone. I was like, yo, I need to talk to some black folks. Yo, where's my, especially out here, yo, let me holler at Isatu, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
hit you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and you were
yeah,
like, yo, peace, bro. You were
yeah.
like, yo,
Yeah,
hold on. And it's in chemo right now. Yo, okay, the queen is, yeah, you good? And like, I was like, yo, okay. Like, and like, you had to bounce. It
right,
took like maybe like a minute and a half,
right.
but you completely like flipped my whole, or like everything like switched. Just feeling
Beautiful.
the
Thank you.
energy of just how you were maintaining, and what I was going through, you were also going through, because it was like with George Floyd and the protest,
Right,
pandemic and all that. But you
right.
actually had an additional, you know,
Yeah,
I would see it as a weight. I don't know if that's the right word, and you were still
yeah,
on this level of like peace.
yeah.
How you do that?
I think so. For me, I just have to pay attention to little things that are taking place. So I just look for that little bit of, oh, okay, all right, thank you for that little answer, or you know, little stone that is heart shaped,
Hmm.
or for me it's ladybugs. There's a ladybug on my car door handle, or you know, I try to look for stuff like that. Try to look for um, cuteness in my children. You know, um, my wife is away right now, so I'm not able to really just see her.
Mm-hmm.
We talk multiple times a day, but I'm manning here. She's up there with my daughter, so just think of a great moment, with her, and then so it's just where are you looking is what it boils down to. Where are you looking throughout the entire bone marrow transplant process? And my wife said it, and she took my feelings and put it into words. She was like, under these circumstances, I would normally feel like, I would really need to be in deep prayer and, ritual and all of these other things. And she said, but she just felt this level of peace about the entire situation. So her saying that with that feminine, energy was like, for me, like, whoo. And then the transplant taking place on my birthday. And then, I mean, there's so many, the list of synchronicities that runs down is like so long that, and so consistent that you just know that there's a bigger situation happening here.
So you're finding your joy in those small moments, in the ladybug on the door handle, and like
Ladybug on the door.
in your kids' cuteness. Like, that's where your joy is coming from. Just all the places you can see it and get it.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's just beautiful people out there.
Yeah.
There's beautiful people, and we've had during the whole bone marrow transplant process, we've had a lot of beautiful people. Some we know, some we don't know, some we haven't talked to in decades. Co-workers, and so I mean, you get love from your co-workers, bro.
Yeah. Like, for real love too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
real love from co-workers.
Mm-hmm.
People I've seen in the hall, and hey, how you doing? They know me, I know them. We never really chopped it up, but yeah, love.
Mm-hmm. And then what happens with the other side of it? Like, what do you do with all this pain that is simultaneously happening at the exact same time, right?
Yeah.
And not only in your household, but in the world.
So now the other level is we had a big transition period right now that is taking place already. So because that is the case, you're going to have a purging of remnants of the old stuff, you know. And as above, so below, as without, so within. Nature is us. So right now, nature's driving humans crazy. And so before you get better, you know, before your spasm is fully walked off, you see it in sports. When they first get up, it's like, and they can barely, right? So then you keep walking it off, and now you're back and you just dropped 18 in the fourth quarter. You know, so that's what's happening right now. And people sign up for things that I don't even know about.
Even unconsciously, though?
Bro, let me tell you something. What's unconscious to you is consciousness to the spirit of the creator.
Right.
Because whose mind can fully link with that? You understand? So these are the two levels that I explain to the children. You understand? Because I don't think you have a unconscious movement. You think you have, not you.
Right.
People think they have unconscious movements. But oh no, how many unconscious movements turned out to be dope? And you think it was, so now we have luck involved. So now we X out the creator. So, you know, brothers that get murked on the humble, sisters, children, stray bullets, I don't know that part.
Word.
I don't know that part. It's not for me to know that part.
Yeah.
Somebody who's not having a bone marrow whose daughter did not have a bone marrow transplant can't know my part. They can speculate on it, but they can't know my part.
Right.
My wife's part,
Yeah.
what she has to do, being the nurse, 24/7, you know, entertainer, you know, chef, you know. So it's the situation you're in.
Word.
And know about it.
And why did you, what was the initial attraction to New Mexico?
It's the land of entrapment, bro. Like, not in terms of it being a bad thing for us, but it is so magnetic, you can't escape its gravitational pull, bro. You know, we didn't plan to come down here. We were pivotal moment. My wife's sentiments tend to move me, right? As they should. So one day we're walking up the fire escape into our apartment, and there was this parking lot, gravel. So she was like, this is our children's backyard.
And where was this at?
Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, Inglewood. So I was like, damn. So her great-grandparents had lived in Roswell, so she was familiar with coming through on the bus, you know, going down there. So she had a little bit of a point of reference. Then I started reading, just researching the area about really just what kind of vibe was there. And I saw that there was a pretty strong native vibe. So I was like, all right, that's cool. You know, we have that in our lineage as well. So I was like, all right. My wife was like, cool. And then stuff just started happening, man. Like synchronicities and stuff just really.
New Mexico does that, huh?
Oh, man.
Yeah. You happy you here?
I'm happy I'm here, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy I'm here because if I never see another soul, I see plenty of mountains.
Sunsets.
Yeah, sunsets, wind, you know, stuff that's going to feed you, you know. So we're from the concrete, hard cabs, horns,
Right.
sirens, but always wanted this. And like, so we got it, and just really been blossoming. You know, this land will make you reckon with certain things, you know, and if you embrace it, you can really clean out some crap,
Yeah.
you know, just from the vibration of the land. And it's an ongoing process, you know. I know for sure, you know, it's an ongoing process, but you can kind of feel that, you know, it helps you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does help you out,
Without a doubt.
you know. But yeah, I love it.
Word.
It's for me. But okay, so now let me break down what happened so that we can put it in the proper perspective, bro.
Okay.
All right. How many people ever saw a rabbit nursing, right? Be receptive to maybe something the rabbit has to say to me. So I'm sitting there and I'm saying to the rabbit in my mind, "Where's your baby, rabbit? Where's your baby, Mrs. Rabbit? Where bunny baby? Where bunny baby, mommy? Where bunny baby?" Right?
Yeah.
I'm imagining this. Yo, climbs into the mother's lap and gets on his back and starts nursing.
And so you're just like,
I'm sitting there watching this.